make a wish. Having had appetizers, I hope you are well and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to show you what to do with some of that leftover roast chicken you had from Sunday's dinner with some little chicken bonbons. Let's show you what to do. I've already taken the liberty of shredding this chicken from the carcass. So the carcass we put aside, we can turn that into chicken stock later. I've got 300 grams of chicken here. We're going to shred that down in a second, but firstly, I need to dice an onion and dice some garlic. Garlic. Also, we're going to want some tarragon for the bonbons and some tarragon for garnish. So one good sprig of tarragon for the mix. Hold it steady at the top. Pull down to get the leaves off. Onions, garlic and tarragon done, we'll just put them aside and do the chicken. 300 grams of chicken, deboned and de-skinned. Now we're just going to shred our knife through it to make it nice and fine. Now you can do this in a blender and you'll get a more even consistency, but if you haven't got one, just knife it. Yeah, make a wish. Chicken straight into the bowl that you're going to be mixing it in. All of our other ingredients will be going in the same bowl to mix it before we panne. Next step, sweating down the onions and garlic. Pan on, plug and boil, onions in. So we're going to be sweating these onions down until they're sort of soft and translucent. Once they're at that stage, garlic and tarragon goes in. We'll sweat them down, and then that goes in our chicken mix. Onions are softened, they've just started to colour. We're going to go in with our garlic and tarragon. I'm going to cook that down for a further 2 minutes just to get them flavours incorporated. I really smell that tarragon. That's it, onions and garlic done. We want to get this mix seasoned, so salt, pepper, 1 beaten egg to bind the mixture together. And then you should be able to mould it into balls before panning. I'm going to throw it in the fridge for 10-15 minutes, let everything sort of chill down and relax, and then we can come back and mix. At this stage where everything's chilling, if you are going to make your own stock, this is the point where you can get it started. So do you remember them peelings from earlier? Let's get them in there. All of your chicken bones. Let's get them in there. You've got a bowl, why waste it? You want to cover that with cold water, just enough to cover your bones. Simmer it for 45 minutes to an hour, skimming the fat every 10-15 minutes or as it comes to the surface. Once it's done, we can scoop out all of the bones and everything we don't want, and then you're left with a nice flavourful chicken stock. Here's my blue pizza moment.
Here's one I made earlier.
So this gravy was made yesterday from the chicken juices that I had left over in the pan. That pan was then deglazed. I scraped everything off the bottom and then topped it with stock, and I thickened it from there. So that's my gravy for today that I'm going to be using for this dish. That's a stock for another day. Also, once that stock's done, don't forget you can portion it down, put it in the freezer, and it's perfect for when you need it. Right, stock's on. Also, while the chicken mix is chilling, right, now will be an opportunity to get your pan ready for deep frying. You're going to want a couple of inches in the bottom of a pan, and that's roughly what you're looking for. What's that? 2 or 3 inches in this pan. So perfect. Chicken's been 15 minutes, so we're going to want these in 30 gram balls, and then once these are done, we can get panne in. So I will see you in a minute. So that's our chicken balls. We're going to put them back in the fridge just to firm up a little bit before we panne. So we're just going to start setting up our panne run. But before we do that, I've got that gravy that I said about. I'm going to get some of that into a saucepan and get that warming. Plain flour, egg and milk, beat the egg, and these are just golden breadcrumbs from the orange supermarket. So what, I did look at panko breadcrumbs from the same supermarket. They're expensive. So this is probably the last point that we can sort of make sure that we incorporate flavour. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to season with flour. And I'm going to see if I've got anything to throw in the breadcrumbs just to enhance it a little bit. I'm going to put some chilli flakes through it. Just a little pep, nothing too major. Little flat palm like that. So just before we started panning, I've made sure that the gravy is on and the oil is heating up as well. So panne run, flour, egg, breadcrumb. You're going to want one clean hand and one wet hand. So that every time that you drop something in, you go flour into the egg, use your other hand, and then into your breadcrumb. And then we can go back into the egg and back into the breadcrumb. There it is, there's one of our bonbons. So again, I'll go through, get all these done, and I'll see you on the other side. And that's our bonbons done. So we're going to get them in the oil, get them fried up, and then we're going to taste it. So, bonbons are done, guys. Here they are, ready to go on this baking sheet. Oils this side, just finishing off to heat up. I've got another baking sheet this side with some kitchen towel on it just to drain off the excess oil. And our gravy is pretty much ready at the back for when we are done. Just want people to take care at this stage because this oils are going to be around 170 to 180 degrees. We're going to go in until they're golden brown. Make sure you've got all your utensils and things ready to go. I have like a draining spider here. Everything's close for a more effective work rate. And we're ready to start frying. Probably the safest way to put it on your spoon and drop them in. You don't want to go too many because otherwise it's going to lower the temperature of your oil. It'll take longer to fry and they won't go as crispy because they'll be soaking up the oil rather than cooking in it. And there we are, guys, that's the kind of colour we're looking for, a nice deep golden brown. That's all I'm going to cook at the moment, just these four, going to get these drained off. The rest I'll cook later, you know, so the wife can try some when she gets home. But let's get these ones plated and let's get them tasted. Chicken and tarragon bonbons served with a chicken gravy. Let's get tasting. So here we are then, guys. This is our chicken and tarragon bonbons served with a roasted chicken gravy. Let's have a go. Coating really crispy. Chicken soft, juicy. The gravy from yesterday is immense. Obviously, this all depends on how much flavour you put into that chicken when you're cooking it, and how much flavour you can incorporate into that gravy as you're cooking it. Like I said, if you're going to use the stock, you can add as much or as little flavour to that as possible as you want. Sorry, don't want to make your own stock and use a stock cube. You don't have to use gravy. You can use whatever you want. You can do a cream sauce if you want to. There's a slight hint of chilli from the flakes on the breadcrumb. Nothing too major. Personally, I would put a bit more on. Tarragon's really coming through from inside. Maybe a bit of lemon zest or something would have worked quite well just to balance it out a little bit. But we live and learn. got good tear on it. It's full of chicken goodness. Oh, and that is probably one of the best ways you could use up your leftover chicken from your Sunday roast. You're then getting 2 meals out of it. You've had your Sunday roast, you're like, oh, really full. Well, let's face it, you're going to have a pudding afterwards. Then, on a Monday, Tuesday, take that chicken, shred it into a bonbon. You've got 2 perfect meals out of that. No food waste. And most of the ingredients you've probably got in your house. Most people have usually got a flour. If you haven't got shop-bought breadcrumbs, you've got bread. Toast it, blitz it, make your own breadcrumbs. Everyone's got some form of milk, whether you've got cow's milk or a milk alternative. So everyone can do something like this. So sadly, that is the end of today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did like it, please remember to stick a thumbs up in there for me. It really helps out. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, please hit the subscribe button. It is free after all. And also remember to hit that notification bell to keep up to date with all future videos coming to the channel. Now it's over to you guys. Why don't you give this a go? If you do, please send me a picture on social media. All applicable links are down in the description box below. I look forward to seeing your attempts. I really hope you do give this an attempt because this is an amazing midweek meal. You're going to take your leftover roasts and joints and you're going to turn it into something amazing that you can just throw together and it won't take that long. And lastly guys, I would recommend you watching a video here, watching another video here and subscribing down there. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you soon.